Hello, hello, it's Monica from Crafting with Quilling, and I hope you have absolutely amazing day. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create 3 super quick and beautiful Easter envelope cards. If you like them here, I really hope you'll feel inspired and craft along with me or with your family and friends this Easter. For today's projects, I'm going to use Happy Easter collection from Relatively Thoughtful. In the description down below, you can find the links to all the products I use here, so you can check them out. Here you can only see my totally favorite pages from this collection, and this year, Sally, the owner of Relatively Thoughtful, also added few pages with elements to Fussy Cut. I absolutely love them, and they are so beautiful and bright, so you can use them for Easter projects, but also those flowers, leaves, and especially floral wreaths you can use for variety of occasions. And stay tuned because in a few weeks I'm going to show you personalized project with those beautiful flowers, so stay tuned for that video. Now let's have a look how to create our card base. I've got my Envelobox from Crafters Companion, and at this point you have to decide how deep do you want your envelope to be. I decided half an inch would be enough. Now I'm going to have it 6 by 3 inches, and I need 8¼ square. So I'm going to use a craft card from Crafters Companion, and we're going to create a line at C. Then I'm going to move it to the second position and do the same. And the trick is you have to do exactly the same on the opposite side. Super quick and easy. Now we have to turn our square 90 degrees and use the second line. And this one was I. So again, position 1 and position 2, because that's how you get that half an inch deep here. Super quick and easy, right? And at this point, if you want, you can keep it the way, but I'm going to show you how to make it even more special. So first we have to fold and burnish all those lines. It is super quick. If you want, you can use any white card for this, or even black would be perfect. And if you want to decorate those envelopes, they could be for any occasion. If you haven't seen my other video where I created very similar project, the link is at the top right corner. Now using my scissors, I'm going to get rid of the excess, especially when the lines meet. And you need to do that in order to close the envelope. As you can see, I'm just rounding the corners. If you want, you can just leave them straight and that would be perfect as well. But I really like those to just be a little bit round. Now as you can see, that's how we're going to work. And we have to cut the excess of the triangle here. So you can use a ruler and a pencil to draw the line, and then you can use either your trimmer, guillotine, or even craft knife, and that would be perfect. In this case, I'm going to use my guillotine from Crafters Companion. And when this is ready, we have to decide how to decorate the envelope. But first we have to get rid of the excess of some of the score lines here. And as you can see, if you round those corners, they look professionally finished, right? I wonder, have you ever created an envelope Easter card, or maybe envelope card in any style or occasion? As you can see, rounding punch works really well here. So to decorate the inside of the card, I'm going to use that beautiful design paper, and it's always a good idea to actually create a rectangle first, just measure it and then cut the excess. Really easy. Now again, I'm going to use the scissors to round the edges here, because I really wanted that professional look. But you can skip that if you want, that is absolutely fine. Using tea dye, distress Oxide Ink, I'm going to distress all the edges. I really like that vintage look here, so if you haven't seen my other vintage cards from yesterday, check the link at the top right corner. Also, I'll leave the link at the very end, so check those out, because I really like vintage style, and I think Easter is such an amazing occasion to actually go wild with vintage style. Now I'm going to use that design paper and decorate the side. Super quick and easy. At this point, you don't have to decorate the inside anymore, just the big panel is enough. I do encourage you to create rectangles first, and then you can use your pencil to do the marks, and that will be the easiest way to cut the lines, because every single panel will be slightly completely different. And just to make sure that all the elements will match on my project, I'm going to use the same distress Oxide Ink in tea dye color. I wonder, what is your favorite way to distress the edges for your projects? Do you use your scissor blades, or maybe you use distress Oxide Inks as well? If you do, please let me know what's your favorite color to do it. It is time to assemble the elements together, and as usual, I use my one and only liquid glue because it does give me that time to maneuver the elements. And if you want to get that liquid glue, it's also a relatively thoughtful website, so you can check it out. And as I told you, all the links to the projects are in the description down below. Now it is time to put our front panel here, and it's always a good idea to hold it for a couple of seconds until the glue sets. You can always use a pencil or something else just to make sure you've got enough pressure, because it is dimensional, so we need something to help us just to make sure it's stuck properly. As you can see, I have all those elements ready to decorate those projects. As you can see, I always keep them in small bags, and I do encourage you, if ever you create bigger projects with lots of elements, just put them around your project, and this way you're going to see what is going to work for your design. So, as you can see here, I decided about my focal element and then a sentiment. And then you can choose whatever you want. I just encourage you to have a nice balance on your project. How many Easter cards have you created this year? Have you made some with your family or friends? I think that would be such a good idea, especially for that Easter time. I think we don't really make enough Easter cards every year, so this way, when you create them with your family and friends, that would be so special, and I think the time will be absolutely well spent. If you agree with me, please let me know in the comments down below. Also, recently I reached 500 subscribers on my channel, so stay tuned for video tomorrow. I'm going to have a very big announcement for you, so please check it out tomorrow. And as you can see, this week has been very busy for me with lots of videos. I actually created a video for every single day of the week. I've never done it before, but I thought, why not? Let's give it a go. Let's see how that is going to work on my channel, and to be honest, I'm very pleased with the result. So if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. But if you haven't subscribed yet, I do encourage you to do so, because every single one of you means a lot to me, and reading your comments really puts a big smile on my face. So please do that if you can. So our first project is nearly done. As you can see, you can also put some elements on the back on the front panel, and as it is dimensional project, you can also put something small inside, like small sweets, and that would be perfect as well. So our first project is nearly done. We have to put something to write a message, and here I've got 5 by 4 inches folded card, and I'm trying to line it up with the very bottom. And again, using my one and only liquid glue, magic glue, I'm going to apply it to the bottom, so there will be plenty of space to write your message. But if you want, you can also hide it inside that envelope card, and that would be cool as well. And this way, when you add that element at the back, the card stands proudly on a flat surface. It is time for our second cut, and I'm going to repeat the process. And as I told you earlier, this is 6 by 3 inches, but it means that 6 by 3 inches will go inside. So this envelope cut is slightly bigger than 6 and 3 inches. Actually, it is 6 by 6 because we are going to leave it open. And I think it measures 6.5 by 6.5. So you have to create a box that will measure or will fit that project inside. Now it is time to decorate our second project, and for this one I decided to use that beautiful design paper with the mask pattern. I really like it, so I thought, why not? And for the sides, I really like those triangles, and they really give me that vintage vibes. If you like this design paper, please let me know in the comments down below. Now I'm going to show you how to actually measure it. So I'm going to use my pencil to do the marks, and then I'm going to cut those elements with my guillotine from Kraft's Companion. And when this is ready, it is time to round the corners. If you want, you can use your corner punch, and that would be perfect as well. So it is time to put our elements, but first it is time to distress them. And again, I'm going to use that tea-dye Distress Oxide Ink. I really like it, especially for vintage style projects. If you do have your favorite, please let me know which one is it. And it will be time to put it on the card, and then we have to decorate the sides. And I do encourage you to actually decorate the inside of the card before you start putting all those lovely elements on your project, because this way you won't go wrong and everything will look professionally finished. Now it is time to decorate the sides, and as you can see, I've got those panels ready, so using my pencil I'm going to make marks where to cut the excess off. Super quick and easy. And if you don't want to round the corners, that will be perfectly fine, because you don't need that. I think it just gives so much interest to the whole project. And with those panels here, my very big tip for you is that you can cut two at the same time. All you have to do is to turn one upside down, and that will be perfect. So all the elements are ready, so it is time to distress them and adhere them on the card. I wonder, what is your favorite way to decorate your Easter cards? Do you usually use fussy cut elements like I did here, or maybe you've got some emphera elements ready to go? As you can see, these are with bunnies, lambs, and lots of flowers and other elements. But what is your favorite way to decorate your Easter cards? Please let me know in the comments down below. So when these are ready, I'm going to use my pencil again just to make sure when I stick the sides together, they will be adhered properly, because we do have that dimension, and just to make sure it is evenly spaced, we do need something, because with liquid glue it really takes some time to set, and if you use that pencil or something that is, let's say, thick enough to go inside, that will be perfectly fine. It is time to do a dry run first. I just want to make sure if I'm happy with the whole layout, and then I'm going to start adhering all those elements. What do you think about that Easter bunny? Do you like it? I think this one is just so adorable, so I thought let's use it. I really like it, so I thought why not, right? And as you can see, with the sentiment, I decided to use some blue color, because we do have some blue on the small triangles, and I always try to make sure that all the elements match beautifully. Do you do the same, or do you just go wild with some colors? Sometimes I do, I have to admit it. If you've seen my Frida color videos, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I love colors, and sometimes I literally cannot help myself. I just have to add them everywhere. If you the same, please let me know in the comments down below. So again, these cards come together very, very quickly. If you don't have Envelobox from Kraft's Companion, I do recommend you get it, because you can create so many dimensional envelopes for literally any size. And if I can find it, I will leave the link in the description down below. It's so much worth to have it. Now, as you can see, I'm putting all the elements just to make sure that the composition looks good. And I do encourage you, as I told you earlier, to have some balance on your project. And for these cards, I didn't use any gems or pearls. I decided if it's vintage style, let's just keep it that way. And if you do have your Easter cards, did you add any other embellishments like gems or pearls? Please let me know in the comments down below. So our card is nearly ready. We just have to add a few flowers just to finish it off. And when I'm happy with the result, it will be ready. And again, I do encourage you to add that white card on the back, so you will have lots of space to write your message, but also all those envelope cards will stand proudly on a flat surface, and that will be so much amazing to actually put it at the display during Easter time at home, right? So our card is ready. So what do you think about this? Do you like it? I really hope you do. So now it is time to have a look at the last card. As you can see, this one is already prepared for you, and I'm going to cut those 2 design papers. And I'm going to do it off camera because you know exactly how to do it, right? And in the whole time together, it took me, I think, 1 hour and 20 minutes to create those 3 cuts. So actually, it is not that bad when it comes to 3 projects, right? And as you know me, I really like to work in threes. I think having a very small collection of the same project is really worth doing, because sometimes we just spend so much time creating one card. So why not create 3 at the same time, right? With the same style. And if you've never ever done that, I do encourage you to do so, because not only it is so much fun, but you're going to have 3 for the time of 1. So yes, you can use that trick as well. And as you can see here, I decided to have that fence here, and I use my craft knife to get rid of the white elements in the middle. So yes, you can use that trick, but whenever you use a craft knife, just be careful, because you don't want to cut your fingers, right? And I think especially with that fence and not having those white elements in the middle really puts so much dimension on that project. If you agree, let me know in the comments down below. And as I told you before, tomorrow I'm going to have very exciting video for you, so please stay tuned for that. And if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, I hope today is the day. And when all the elements will be ready, the card will be complete. You can always add some more elements, especially during Easter time, right? Because all those elements at that Happy Easter collection are just so gorgeous. I still have lots to play with next year. But to be honest, this is my very last Easter project this year. I'm going to miss those Easter cards because I absolutely love making them. If you have created some Easter cards this year, please let me know how many did you make. So the last card is finished. What do you think about this one? And now you can see all 3 cards, actually envelope cards, side by side, and I wonder which one is your favorite, which one would you like to give it a go. Thank you so much for watching and spending that time with me. Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you're new. And tomorrow I'm going to have super exciting video for you, and on Monday it's going to be amazing personalized project. So stay tuned for those videos. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting. Bye!